Hello, welcome to your mini training on progressive overload. So I'm going to talk specifically about how you apply progressive overload to weight training, and just to keep it simple and hopefully make it easy for you to understand. Now, if you have any questions about this, please do not hesitate to send me a message, and I will also post a link to a very informative article that has lots of information in it for you. So, diving in, what is progressive overload? Progressive overload is increasing demands on your body through your training over time. Now, there are a couple of ways to do that. I'm going to hit on 3 of the main ways. And just remember that what I'm talking about is like a general, application for anyone. It can be completely different based on your own unique needs and where you're at in your fitness journey. So the first way to increase demands on your body through weight training are to add more weight. Now, if you are adding more weight to an exercise over time, we will use like a bicep curl, for example. You want to make sure that your form on that bicep curl at the lower weight that you're currently using is perfect before you start adding on more weight. If you're not sure about your form, sign up for a session with a personal trainer or an exercise physiologist and have them walk you through it and critique your form. Now, you could do this, once every couple of months or on a weekly basis, whatever works best for you and your budget and your needs. Now, once you've mastered that perfect form of a bicep curl at, say, 3 to 5 pounds, and you are kind of stagnant in your results and you want to increase your weight, you're going to add more weight over time. So week 1, you're doing 5 pounds. Week 2, you may do 8 pounds. Week 3, you may do 8 pounds again. Week 4, you may increase to 10 pounds. And that's going to change, based on your progression, how you're feeling, how your muscles are feeling, etc. The second way to increase the load on your body, especially if you don't have access to additional weights right now because you're working out at home, would be to add more reps. So if you have been doing, say, 3 sets of 10 reps of bicep curls at the same weight for the last, 3 to 4 months, you're obviously not going to continue to see results if you're doing the exact same thing over and over. Your body's going to get used to that, and it's not going to continue to make changes. So if this has happened to you, or if you've reached an exercise plateau, listen up. You're going to want to increase your reps. So that can be increasing it to 3 sets of 12 or 3 sets of 15. Or you want to increase your sets. So doing 4 sets of 10 instead of 3 sets of 10. Whatever one works better for you. And then another way that you can kind of do that, if you have already, say, increased your sets to like 4 times 15 and you're like, I cannot do another bicep curl, would be to change your tempo. So if you're normally going, just as an example, if you're doing it at this pace, maybe try alternating some quicker sets with some really, really slow sets. So coming up at a count of like 5 and then lowering down at a count of 5. And that's going to increase your time under tension, which will help you see those results if you don't have access to heavier weights. And then the third thing would be to decrease your rest time. So if you normally work your upper body on, say, Tuesdays and Fridays, consider changing that so that you're working upper body on like Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So adding an additional day. Or when you're actually doing your physical workout, decreasing your rest period during your sets. So if you're working out and you're, say, taking a minute rest period between each set, if you've been doing bicep curls for a while, that's going to give your body too much time to rest. But if you decrease that rest period to 15 seconds, you're decreasing the rest, so you're putting additional strain on your body because it's not having as much time to recover, which can be really helpful, especially, like I said, if you don't have access to heavier weights, or if you've been doing this for a while. Cut back on your rest periods, set timers. You can use like the Gym Boss app, which is a really great one, or even just use a stopwatch on your phone and be like, okay, it's set timer for 15 seconds. At the end of that 15 seconds, jump right back into the next set and see if you notice a difference in how your body responds to that. Now, all of this, again, like I said, does not apply if you have not mastered perfect form on whatever exercise that is. So whether it's a bicep curl or a dumbbell squat or a lunge, if your form is off when you're doing minimum weight or body weight, those form corrections are so needed at that basic level, because when you increase the weight, if you're doing it incorrectly, you're more likely to get injured. And if you're not doing it right, then you're just wasting your time. Bottom line, do it right or don't do it. And if you're not sure, how do I know if I'm doing it right? Book a session with a personal trainer. If you've never worked with a personal trainer, there's no better time than right now to book a Zoom session. Book one with me. Come take one of my group fitness classes at GemFit. We're going to give you those form corrections and help you so that you know that you're doing it right. If that's not in your budget right now, that's fine. Put a mirror in front of yourself when you're working out, or record yourself on your phone and go back and watch it. And you can look on YouTube about like proper form for bicep curls, and it's going to give you a little bit better idea of if you're doing it right or if you're doing it wrong. So that is that. If you have any questions about progressive overload, please send me a message. You can also book like a 30-minute session with me if you just want to go over 1 or 2 exercises, or book a full 60-minute session with me, and we can go over a bunch of different exercises and assess your form. I hope you are having a beautiful Monday. Have the best day. I will post a link for some more resources on progressive overload, and also book the link to book either a session with me privately or book a class with me through GemFit. Have the best day.